Owning a construction company is really difficult, and a lot of the factors are the same between you and your competition. The difference is the perspective and their mindset about how they approach running their business and their life. Look, this is my bread and butter. I coach people on mindset as a consultant, as a coach. This is my jam, and here's 8 things that I think you need to do differently to help you enjoy running your business more. All right, item number 1 is adjusting your mindset from tradesman to leader. One of the biggest shifts I see a lot of people go through is taking the tool belt off, figuratively or literally. And going through that transition is difficult, but if you can transition from, hey, I'm the best at doing this, to I have to teach people to be better at doing this, you will ultimately get out of the field, get off your hands and knees, you get off the roof, get off the floor, whatever it might be that you're doing, and allow yourself to live a more enjoyable life while leading others to execute the product or service that you sell. Number 2, this was a big one. I even had to go through it at one point. It is prioritizing profit and cash flow over revenue. Every time you go to a networking event or any type of an event or talk to a contractor, everyone wants to brag about their revenue. No one likes to talk about their profit and their cash flow. Making that transition will go from we're bringing in so much money, there's nothing left over, and I'm stressed every week, to we have a comfortable amount of cash at all times. I'm paying myself. I'm going on vacation. I'm living my life. My business may not be 10 million, but I'd rather do 5 million at a 25% margin than 10 million at a 10% margin. That's the truth. Bigger room for error allows you to live more comfortably and allows you to know predictably and confidently there will be money there at the next payroll. Number 3, and this was one that everybody I've ever met that has learned it had to learn it the hard way, so hopefully you can learn it the easy way. Not all money is good money. There are bad clients out there. There are people out there that are literally career con men who want to take advantage of you. So when you get the trigger that a client's going to be bad or a pain in the ass, even if it means your cash flow, your revenue, your ability to pay your bills is impacted, not all money's good money. Early on in business, we say yes to everything because creating revenue is a top priority. But at some point, prioritizing profits is part of it, but also understanding who your ideal client and service is. Not every client and not every project is for everybody. When I hear people at networks say, no project's too big or too small for me, that's bullshit. That is not true. I remember one time as a flooring contractor, if they have floors, they're for me. No, they're not, okay? Not all clients are good clients and not all money is good money. You're going to have to work 10 times as hard for some dollars than others, and you want to minimize that issue inside of your business to increase your enjoyment in the process. Number 4 is switching your mindset around building your business into building a brand. When you work in a community or you're geographically focused, like most construction companies are, you want to build a brand inside of that community. You want to be known as a trustworthy person and company. I think it is an incredible point for you and your employees to be known through your content, through your website, in the community. You want people to know the people that they're doing business with. And so building a brand, building something that has a mission, has a vision, has values, gives back to the community, is around, comes to the events, is in the parades. They see you, they see your trucks, they see your branding, they see you, they see what you're doing, they see the way you're giving back. That is way more important than most will give it credit for because it does not create an immediate return on effort. But if you want to build a long-term successful brand that doesn't struggle with the ups and downs as much as brands that don't, or companies that don't, building a brand will make you a trusted and known individual for whatever product or service you're selling, and it will create more opportunity for people in the community to know you, which allows them to hire you. So building a brand is as or more important than just building a business. Number 5 is embrace marketing. I think a lot of people shy away from it because they've been screwed by some marketing company and they give up on it. You cannot give up on marketing your product and service because if you do, someone's going to come behind you with a budget that's going to push you out of awareness. If you're not on page 1 on Google, you're struggling. If your ads aren't being seen, you're struggling. If you're not producing those things, if you don't have a Google My Business, if you don't have kind of the basics that the community and the consumer is expecting, you're not going to get the call. So building a brand is important, but also embracing marketing, doing what the platforms that your clients are on expects from you. Google My Business, Google Preferred, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. These platforms have expectations by the consumer. And if you're not giving the consumer what they expect, they're not going to trust you or they're not going to know you at all. So embrace marketing. There is paid marketing, there is free marketing, there's organic marketing. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but embrace it. Become a marketing expert. Understand what it takes to get your message in front of your ideal client when they're ready to make a decision. If you don't do that, you're ultimately going to have feast or famine cycles, and your competition is just going to beat you to your ideal client. Number 6 is own your time. I see so many business owners that are just reactive to everything, reactive to the phone, reactive to the email, reactive to employees. They're in their office. People are disrupting them. As a business owner that's trying to scale and enjoy the growth of their business, you have to own the boundaries around your time. You have to build time at the office to work. You have to build time not at the office to work. You have to build time to shut your door. You have to build time to be available to your team, but own your time. People who tend to enjoy the process the most have control over their time. When are you working out? When are you with your family? When are you at work? When are you available? When are you not available? Those things are incredibly important. And if you can stop being reactive to the ecosystem around you and start to control it, and when it does and does not, and when it is and is not able to get to you and disrupt you, you will get more done, feel more productive, and ultimately end your day feeling more successful. Number 7, and I think more now than ever, is research and invest in technology. Between different softwares and hardwares and things that are in the marketplace right now, like ChatGPT, and there's tons of different services and softwares out there for contractors to make you more accurate, make you more consistent, and make you more effective. Those things are incredibly important to keep up. I've talked about in other videos that your cost to do business impacts what you can charge. Implementing tech into your business creates efficiencies, reduces headcount, allows you to get more work done faster, which allows you to keep a more competitive price. I don't think people look at it that way. When you invest in technology and you get quicker at things, it brings your COGS, your cost of goods sold, down, which allows you to keep a more competitive price and still be the profitability you want to be. So there is an investment to do that, but investing in things that make you and your team more efficient and effective, that will allow you to be more competitively priced, which will ultimately win more business and maintain your profit margins. If you don't invest in technology, you don't get faster, and your price has to come down to stay competitive. You're chewing through your margin. You're running out of profit. You're not actually getting more efficient. So invest time, energy, and money into technology for your business. And number 8, and I think this is a mindset shift that very few ultimately get to, is build a life, not a job. As a business owner, you got into business because you wanted freedom. You wanted time for your family. You wanted to go on trips. You wanted to have hobbies. And then you get into business and it's hard and it takes a lot of your time and you forget to build a life, not just a job. It is likely that you're watching this and your family misses you. It's likely that your wife needs you, your husband needs you, your kids need you, your health and wellness needs you. You need you. There's likely things that you have sacrificed and given up to build the business you have, and that's great. And most people go through that season, but you don't have to stay there. At some point, as you do all the things in this video and the other 700 I've put on this damn channel, you are allowed to and responsible to build a life, not a job. And there are seasons that are more job than life, and there can be seasons that are more life than job if you're intentional with it. Your mindset shift just needs to be, I am building a business to live a life. I'm not building a life around my business. And yes, there's a bunch of people on the internet talking about how the hustle and the grind and the sacrifice, and there is definitely part of that. But if your mindset is not, my life needs to work with my business, not my business needs to run my life, you're going to be stuck in it for a long time and you're going to be really held back. And ultimately, you're going to start to build resentment and regret and guilt, and you're going to start to disdain your business because it's controlling you. You're a slave to it. And so I challenge you to start to say, hey, how do I live my life with my business? Not how does my business control my life? And that mindset shift will be massive at helping you succeed in 2025. Look, my goal is to help people win fast and win often. And a lot of times wins come from changing your perspective of the circumstances that you're dealt. Every business deals with the same things, but every business owner has different perspective. That's why you see some people happy and smiling and some people not. They're all dealing with the same factors. The only difference is their mindset and their perspective about how they handle them. So make those 8 changes in 2025 and start to succeed faster and more often.